4 hours
Connection
later,
to
what
the
was the
shooting
scene
death
of a
of
horrific
Georgetown
crash is
patrolman
now
Chad
a place to
Spicer
honor and
was
remember
arrested
the
in
life
Sussex
and
County.
career of Officer
Officer
Matthew
Spicer was
Tyner.
shot and killed in a traffic
Officer
stop
Garrett Davis
at the
was in
intersection
the
of
line of
58th
duty on January 21st.
was a lot of things to a lot of people. A mother to a 4-year-old son missing, a fiance, a daughter, sister, and beloved friend.
Police officer was killed in a crash while pursuing a vehicle on Interstate 95.
about the large number of police officers who have died in the line of duty.
That's the description of a car involving a
Sure
theft.
enough,
The driver lost control of the police cruiser and ran off the highway into a ditch.
Police officer Adrian Morse, a 2.5-year veteran.
Police officer shot in the head as she attempted to break up a fight between two groups of people.
I became a law enforcement survivor on August 3rd, 1989. I was 22 years old when my 24-year-old husband was shot and killed. I've been married for 6 weeks, and I mean, nobody understood what I was going through.
On June 7th, 2002, I lost my best friend. He was killed during a high-speed chase.
And one of the bullets went underneath the driver's side window and just went directly into his side, and he died shortly after that.
My son was dispatched to the agency, and while en route, a truck had pulled out into the path of his squad.
Law enforcement officers put their lives on the line every day. And there are times when other people don't understand that. And my husband didn't have to do that, but he did it for his community.
To be a police officer, you have to pretend you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof. And you know you're not. You know that that next call you go on could be your last call. And you get done and you get the bad guy arrested, and you look around to your partner and you say, man, that was close. And so you make the promise. You make a pact with your buddy. And say, you know, the next call I might not be so lucky. And so you make the promise, if something happens to me, take care of my family. In 2009, I decided to keep that promise. And I was going to look after the spouses, the husbands, the wives, look after the children, you know, try to help the parents and the siblings. When an officer goes down, I'm going to try to find some way to give back to them. So I started riding across the country, raising money to support them, raise awareness. I realized, you know, 3 or 4 stops into it, that this suddenly was a lot bigger mission than I'd ever planned. I purchased a 2008 Harley-Davidson Ultra Classic, Law Enforcement Blue. On the front of it, I had St. Michael painted, and in his arms, it's an angel. He's carrying a fallen officer to heaven. On the sides of my motorcycle, I had the flags painted at half-staff. I had my law enforcement badges, one from Wichita, Kansas, and one from Midland, Texas, painted on either side of my motorcycle. My mission is to ride this motorcycle to every state capital, raising awareness for the dangers of law enforcement, and raising support for the families that are left behind. I was in New Mexico, and there was this widow, and she's just sort of hanging around. And finally she goes, do you have a moment? And I said, absolutely. She goes, I'll be right back. So I finished packing up the bike, and she comes back and she's holding 2 pictures. She says, ever since I lost my husband, these pictures have been on my visor. I look at them every day. She goes, sorry. She goes, I want you to have these. I want him to ride with you. And it hit me then just how big of a mission this could be. Because she looked at me and said it would mean so much if I knew he was riding with you. And I started having them hand me memories. I had fathers come up to me, and they would have a badge. It would be a replica badge of their fallen hero, their son or their daughter. And they'd take it off the lapel, and they'd said, would you put this on the bike? and that have, you know, sons and daughters, little children, come up with the same thing, either pictures or these badges that they had made, that they're taking off of themselves. And so the bike became a rolling memorial. I now display the badges with pride. And I see them. I put them down on my lower so I can see them when I'm riding. The pictures are locked up in the back. And that bike no longer is ridden for anything but these rides. Where I really feel a sense of accomplishment, that I'm doing the right thing, is when I show up at one of these events and a survivor comes up to me and they tell me their story. And they tell me, I've never had this opportunity before.
Beyond the money end of it, raising money for National Cops and raising money for the local chapters, he brings such awareness. So what he has done is pretty amazing, because he cares. It's not just a matter of, well, you know, I kind of need a tax deduction this year and this looks like a good organization. He does this because he cares, and it's very, very obvious.
It's that heart. That's what touched me about Harry, his heart.
If I didn't raise one more dollar, but I had an opportunity to talk to every survivor I possibly could, it would be worth every mile that I rode.